Good evening and thanks for joining us. The county department charged with getting help to those in an emergency has been working through its own struggles.
That's right. 6 months ago, Fox 11 on special assignment uncovered problems within the 911 Communications Center, and officials then promised improvements were on the way. Well, tonight we're on special assignment again, pushing to see what's being done to not only improve working conditions but save taxpayers money. The Brown County 911 Communications Center employs 62 people when fully staffed, but maintaining that number has been difficult in recent years. When one dispatcher quits, it takes time and money to find and adequately train a replacement. And when that takes place, other dispatchers are forced to work longer hours, leading to increased stress. For many, it's been a breaking point.
Stress from the calls, and it's kind of like getting, I always accumulate, like getting punched in the stomach. And then saying, okay, thank you, can I have another?
Jason Lemons quit his dispatcher job with the county back in 2011. 14 quit in all that year. In 2012, the center saw 15 dispatchers go. Late in the year, Cullen Peltier was brought in as interim director to fix the staffing problems that led to rising costs and poor morale, which raised public safety concerns.
I do think that they have a valid concern. When you have new trainees, until they find their feet, until they find their groove, there are some things that they do forget to ask.
Peltier disputed former workers' claims 6 months ago that trading experienced dispatchers for their rookie replacements was putting anyone in danger. But he did not dispute the added $1 million plus cost to fully train the large influx of new dispatchers. Back in January, he promised changes would be coming. 6 months later, I returned to talk to Peltier to hold him accountable.
We looked at the figures, and you were at 24% turnover.
Yeah.
And the national average is 18, and you told me then you hope to get down to 10 to 12% turnover.
Yeah, that's still a goal. You know, we're doing our best to alleviate some of the turnover.
In fact, during the first 6 months of 2013, Peltier acknowledges 4 dispatchers have quit. If the second half of the year sees a similar number leave, that would put the turnover rate just about on target at 12.9%, nearly half of what it was last year.
Well, you know, I would like to see 0 turnover, but unfortunately in this profession, in this industry, we are going to have some turnover.
As was the case 6 months ago, current workers we contacted declined comment on camera, but Peltier says workers have been a big part of the solution. They were solicited to help and come up with a new shift schedule to cut down on overtime and working weekends, thereby reducing stress and improving morale.
The majority of our staff prefers that schedule, so we're going to go to that.
Instead of 8-hour shifts that oftentimes were inflated to 12 to cover holes in the schedule, workers starting next year will work 10 or 12-hour overlapping shifts. The schedule will eliminate 600 work hours right off the bat, and that will save money. So far this year, with fewer vacancies, Peltier says 1,000 overtime hours have been cut compared to this time last year. And additional taxpayer savings will start coming in thanks to Northeast Wisconsin Technical College.
In terms of saving cost with the taxpayers, I think it makes a big difference.
Former Brown County Sheriff's Deputy John Flannery is now an instructor at NWTC and this summer taught the school's first ever class in emergency dispatching. By having the school prepare prospective hires for the 911 Communications Center, the county stands to save the cost of what currently is that initial first week of paid training.
We looked at the cost savings that could come through having them come to this course before they even get hired, so it was kind of a win-win for everybody.
10 students completed the course last month. Another class is set for next month. After passing a national exam, the students are certified as emergency dispatchers. Peltier says many more weeks of training are needed before new recruits can field 911 calls at the Communications Center. But with applicants spending their own time and money on that first week of training at NWTC, he says it shows commitment.
And I think that's a good thing. That shows that they have the drive to want to do this job. And they also have a better understanding of the job coming in.
Currently, the class is not a requirement to apply for a dispatcher position with Brown County, but Peltier says in time that could change. And he'd even like to see more training completed before getting on the payroll, much like is the case for police officers and firefighters.
You know, it's map reading, comprehension, typing, data entry, and we want to have them, you know, focus their students on what the tasks that we need them to complete are before they come in and take the test.
Literally, you could save tens of thousands of dollars over a year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Peltier, who is now director of the 911 Communications Center, admits this is all a work in progress, but so far he says it seems to be heading in the right direction. The center plans to start interviewing prospective dispatcher candidates in the next few weeks, giving priority to those who have taken that dispatcher class.